You're listening to The Awesome Show, featuring Drew Zoromski and Jake Woodward. Written and created by Drew Zoromski. Episode 5, Monkey Business, Part 1.
Have you ever heard of Max McNichols?
Hello.
Max is your average American kid.
Yep.
Max plays with his friends, does his homework, eats sugary breakfast cereal, watches Saturday morning cartoons, and does his chores whenever his parents ask.
Yep.
Oh, and did I mention that he occasionally gets warped through a comic book and into a fictional world where he fights crime alongside his favorite superhero, Captain Awesome?
Nope.
Well, it's true. And, coincidentally, that is just what would happen on the day of our story.
Naturally.
It all started on an average day when Max was doing average things in his average room.
As Max was playing with his Captain Awesome action figure set, he noticed that his Captain Awesome Collector's Edition comic book started glowing. Max jumped up, opened the book, and was wrapped in a red, white, and blue light. Then he was pulled out of his room and into the pages.
Whoa!
When Max opened his eyes, he was standing on the steps of a large building. It had massive stone columns and had a large statue of a man holding both a scale and a hammer. The building was decorated in colorful ribbons and streamers and had a large sign sprawling across the face of the building that read, "The 29th Annual Convention of Justice."
I must be at the Justice Hall in Uptown Metroburg. Now, where is Cap?
Max, there you are. I was actually getting a little worried that you wouldn't show up. Then I don't know what I would have done.
What do you mean?
Max, don't act like you don't know. The Annual Convention of Justice.
Yeah. I read the sign, but I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it? Why, it's only one of the most important events of a hero's year. That and the annual hot dog chug. The Convention of Justice is where hundreds of the world's most important and prestigious heroes gather to discuss things and stuff. It's great. I get to see all my hero friends and legendary heroes like Admiral Dignity. Plus, the catering is second to none.
That sounds awesome! But why would it have been a problem if I hadn't shown up?
Well, I'm officially listed in the Heroic Book of Records as a duo. If you, my liberty-loving sidekick, hadn't been here then I'm not sure that they have let me in.
Really?
Well, I don't know, but I do know that heroes with sidekicks under the age of 16 get first dibs on food.
The meeting will be starting in 5 minutes.
Did you hear that? We don't have a moment to lose! To the convention, away!
Captain Awesome and Max entered the building. As soon as Max stepped foot into the room, he was bombarded with the sights and sounds of hundreds of the world's mightiest heroes. The Golden Bicep was carrying 50 tables on each shoulder from the storage closet into the other room. Hygiene Man was instructing the people on the importance of flossing. And all 5 members of the Freaky Five were standing around a table, discussing politics.
This is...
Awesome, I know, right? And can you believe that the food is free?
Who cares about the food? Look at all these heroes.
Yes, there are some true legends here. See that man with a really long beard?
Yeah?
That's Decent Dave. He was Metroburg's first official crime fighter. He rid the city of all hooligans and litter. Yep, that's one real classy guy. Ooh, and see that guy over there? That's Bobby Boomer. He was a war hero who used his ability to explode as a means to fight the enemy.
Attention, all heroes. The conference will be starting shortly. Please make your way to room B18.
Max, pick your jar up off the floor. We have to get going.
What's the rush?
Good seating is always tough to find at these things. Plus, there's no way on earth that I'm sitting next to Danger Durian again. The stench! Yuck! Excuse me, out of the way.
Wow.
Captain Awesome and Max pushed through the crowd and rushed into room B18.
Oh,
The room looked like a large coliseum. It was circular and had rows upon rows of seats that seemed to stretch upwards for hundreds of feet. In the middle of the room was a large golden globe.
ooh, let's sit in the front. That's where all the action happens.
Not too long after they were seated, the heroes started pouring in. Some flew up to the high seats, others stretched and contorted their way to the middle, and some went up to the special seats that neutralized their aggressive powers.
Oh, sure, now Danger Durian has an anti-smell chamber.
As Max listened to Captain Awesome complain,
Do you know what his power does to a man? It took me weeks for my eyebrows to grow back from that day.
he felt a little tap on his shoulder.
Hello?
Max turned to his left. Sitting beside him was a boy with large ears, a long tail, big hands, and excessive body hair. Max was startled by the sight of the boy, thing. He was so startled that he screamed.
Ah!
And if strange people aren't enough to scare you, then being unexpectedly screamed at might be. So the boy, thing, screamed on back.
Ah! Who are you?
I'm Monkey Boy, who are you?
I'm Max. Why are we still screaming?
I don't know.
Sorry, it's my fault. I just wasn't expecting to see
A dashing young hero with a bright white smile?
No, I guess what I meant was,
A chick magnet who oozes with animal attraction?
well, you got the animal part down.
I know, it's a long tail, isn't it? It always gives it away.
Well, that and the fur.
And the fur.
Not to mention the large ears.
Okay. Are we done playing the point out the oh-so-obvious and potentially emotionally scarring body features game?
Sorry, but if you don't mind me asking, how did you become, well, like you are?
I remember it like it was yesterday. It all started when I went down to Ecuador for a missions trip 5 years ago. We were cleaning up some factory pollution that had spilled out near some villages. We had some free time to take a short walk, so I meandered down a small trail. It was here that I stumbled upon a slightly adorable and slightly radioactive monkey. Well, I got a little distracted by the little guy and got a little bitten. Not but seconds after, I started to feel all tingly all over my body. I sprouted a tail. The hair grew rapidly all over, and all of a sudden I had an urge for banana cream pie. Within mere minutes, I was transformed into this monster I am today.
So you decided to become a superhero?
Well, naturally. After I had learned that the factories had been purposely dumping the chemicals near the monkey's home, I knew that I had received these powers to fight evil.
Wow! That's crazy!
No, what's crazier is that I am not alone. There are 7 more of us, all bitten by radioactive gorillas, monkeys, or apes. Together we form the Primate!
And you all live in the jungle?
Yes, wherever there is nature in harm's way, we are there. Wherever the forces of evil threaten the forests and the jungles, we are there.
The room began to grow quiet.
Wherever villains do mean things. Sorry.
What's going on?
As soon as Max said this, the room erupted with the sound of blasting trumpets. In walked 5 older-looking men.
All rise! Presenting the Honorable Head Council of Justice!
The crowd exploded in a fit of cheering.
I love you, Admiral Dignity!
All right, settle down, everybody.
The spokesman of the Head Council desires that you settle down!
All right, Squire lad, that's good enough. You can sit down too. The spokesman of the head council desires that I sit down as well.
All right, you can shut up as well, Squire Lad.
The spokesman of the head council desires... Oh.
Thank you. As spokesman for the head council, it is my duty to present today's agenda. Our first order of business is catering for today's lunch. As you do know, we're on a tight budget after having to fix some of the collateral damage after a human hyperbeam's fight with the silver salamander. Sorry! And because of this budget, we'll have to suffer some cutbacks to this year's catering.
No, the inhumanities!
Now. Settle down. I said settle down! Now, just because the quantity is affected, it doesn't mean that the quality will be. We can only order one type of food for the day if we want the discount. And yes, we will still be going with Tiny Timmy's for the food.
Yes! I second the motion!
So the matter at hand is... Squire Lad, please start the clock.
Certainly.
So the matter at hand is... pizza or burgers?
All of a sudden, the whole room started in an uproar. People all across the room were yelling and arguing.
Whoa, what's going on?
What? The noise? The arguing? Well, Max, that's just the sweet democratic system taking its natural course. You see, here at the League of Justice, we hash things out the good old-fashioned way, with lots of yelling and arguing. It's fun!
How does anything ever get accomplished?
Well, it doesn't. We rarely get past point 5 of the head council's agenda.
That seems unproductive. So what do we do now?
We use the power of freedom to choose our food choices. What choice do you choose, Max? Choose carefully. Choose carefully. Careful!
Pizza?
I knew I chose a good sidekick. That's exactly what I was thinking. Good choice.
Thanks. What about you, monkey boy?
Well, I've always been a fan of pizza. The dough, the sauce, the cheese, the banana slices.
Whoa! Banana slices? On pizza?
Of course! Don't be ridiculous. What else would you put on it?
All right. Order. Squire Lad, please tally the results. Remember, only a 3/4 majority rules.
Squire Lad took the next 15 minutes going around the room collecting the votes.
Burger?
Pizza.
I'm gonna go with burger.
Burger.
Lenny, we got some me a burger.
I'm gonna go with pizza there.
I'd like to go with I'd like to go with a burger.
Yes, I would like a burger, please.
Pizza.
Pizza?
Is either option gluten-free?
Squire Lad made his way back to the center of the room and approached the mic.
And the results are in. Customary drum roll, please.
Oops, sorry.
It looks like it's an even split. Half burgers, half pizza.
A schism. Well, let's try this again. All right, pizza or burgers?
This went on for another 3 more hours. By this point, the room was virtually exhausted, and a once-heated argument turned into a lukewarm murmur.
I can't believe it. You're right. Nothing gets done at these meetings.
Yes and no. I've never seen it like this before. Something isn't right. I just don't know what, though. I'm too hungry. I can't think straight. I'm starving, Max. I can feel myself wasting away into nothing.
Settle down. You're fine. Now, what is going on here?
Max looked around the room.
All these colorful costumes, heroes of every shape and size. What could be the common factor?
Max waited until Squire Lad began counting votes again.
Well, that's odd. Those 3 people all wanted burgers, and they're all wearing the same blue pin. I wonder. Hey, Captain, are there any villains that use mind control?
What was that about mind control, Max?
Shh.
Oh, right. Well, there's Deceptious. He uses mind control all the time. He's kind of sneaky like that.
Could he have snuck in here?
Are you saying there's a villain in our midst?
Villain? Oops, I mean, pizza is better.
Maybe, but I'm not totally sure yet. I have a theory, though. Do you see those blue pins?
Oh yeah, the little circular ones.
Yeah, I think they have something to do with this particular predicament.
Ooh, nice alliteration.
What does this Deceptious look like?
Well, he's a big blue robot. He's always disguised, though, when he's undercover, which makes him so much harder to catch.
What kinds of disguises? Like a morph and shape-shifting dealio?
No, he usually sports a large fake mustache and a trench coat with a matching hat. He also disguises his name as something sinisterly deceptive.
Wow, that sounds just like this guy I'm sitting right next to. His name is Decepcioso. It's Spanish.
Max, Captain Awesome, and Monkey Boy all turned to see who was sitting next to Monkey Boy. Sure enough, sitting next to him was a big blue robot wearing a fake mustache and a trench coat, complete with matching hat.
It's Deceptious!
Are you sure?
Yeah, how do you know? I've known him for a whole day, and I'm pretty sure that he's a shop owner and superhero from Madrid, Spain. Well, at least I think he is. He's got a pretty thick accent, though.
Max ripped off the fake mustache and hat, revealing a metallic head and face.
You know what? I think I see it now.
See what I mean? Language barrier!
At that moment, Deceptious pressed a button on his wrist, activating a jetpack. He flew to the center of the room. He then pressed another button on his wrist. A dull humming started up.
Hey, what's going on here?
Immediately, all the heroes wearing the blue pins stood up. Deceptious pressed another button on his wrist.
Destroy pizza lovers. Destroy pizza lovers.
What is this madness?
Look out! Duck!
All of a sudden, the human hyper beam launched a laser beam right at the captain. The Cap, Monkey Boy, and Max ducked as it sailed over their heads and into the seats behind them.
That was too close.
What are we going to do? This place is getting torn apart!
Never fear, we have the power of free thinking on our side.
What does that mean?
It means that I have a plan. I think that if we can get those pins off of them, we can break that evil trance.
Max, Monkey Boy, and Captain Awesome took off, swinging, flying, running, and jumping around the room, dodging and disarming their fellow heroes.
I've got 3.
I've got 7.
4 more down.
6 more over here.
I've got 1.
Max, Captain Awesome, and Monkey Boy collected all the pins into a pile in the middle of the room.
Human Hyper Beam, will you do the honors?
Certainly. Soon there was nothing but a pile of molten plastic.
What on earth happened here?
It was the faux Deceptious. He crafted those pins to warp our heroic minds into maligned brains of indecency. Why, the thought of ruining lunch!
Speaking of Deceptious, where is he?
The heroes searched the room from top to bottom, finding no trace of Deceptious.
Now where on earth could he have escaped to? Superfluous Slime Man, take the rest of the Freaky Five with you and search the main lobby. Human Hyperbeam, you take 10 or so flying heroes with you and search the perimeter of the building. Captain Awesome, you and your sidekick search the rest of this room.
Captain Awesome! Max! Come quick! Ah!
Captain Awesome and Max rushed up to Monkey Boy, who was searching frantically around the seats that they had been sitting in during the conference.
What's wrong?
No! It can't be! Well, it could be, but I hope it's not!
What?
It's my briefcase! It was sitting here all day and now it's gone! Ah!
George Washington's teeth! Do you think it wandered off?
What was in the briefcase?
Oh, you know, some bananas, a set of clean clothing, some top secret information about the primate's secret hideout, my toothbrush.
Wait, what was that last part?
The toothbrush?
No, the other part. The top secret information.
Oh, that. You see, it may or may not contain vital information on where in Ecuador our secret base is, or how to infiltrate it, or where we store our secret anti-pollution weapon Q.
Why on earth would you carry that around with you?
Well, sometimes I forget, okay?
I think I know what was going on here. This was all a deliberate diversion. By the hat hair of Lincoln, I finally figured it out! Deceptus wasn't trying to steal our freedom of food, he was stealing vital information. And I think I know why.
Why?
Well, you see, Deceptus has never been the evil mastermind type. He's always been a sort of hired gun. My best bet is that he's a pawn in this scheme. Or maybe a rook. Or a knight. Nope. Definitely a bishop.
Then what do we do now?
There's only one thing we can do. We must go to Ecuador.
Max activated his jetpack.
Oh boy!
Hold on tight.
Hold on tight. What are we...
To Ecuador, away!
What will our heroes do down in Ecuador? Who's behind this dastardly plot? And who puts bananas on their pizza?
Hey, I heard that. Ah!